Oh, right. Oh, actually, Richard, you're here, aren't you?
Correct.
And you picked up a sickle, didn't you?
Correct.
Have a sickle. There you go. You
Ooh.
got 2 of them, I believe.
Ooh.
Ah, some people are going to lose their nuts to these.
This one.
And reach.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
That's a really cool little thing.
Thank you. I don't know if it'll be brokenly powerful, but I figured, like, it's only on a crit. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's pretty cool.
Of course, now Richard is going to reveal that his whole character is built around getting it so he gets a crit if he gets over a 9 or something like that. On his I mean, if that is the case, at that point, fair play. I deserve this, so
Yeah, well, if I roll a dice, I get a crit. That's
Oh
what I've
shit!
gone for.
That's why he's always going for the testicles.
100%.
It makes so much more sense now. Oh dear. Right, are we still waiting on a Sam to go and retrieve his phone?
Yes.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you are. Oh, right.
I just told you a story about donkeys.
No one heard that story.
Wasn't listening. Right. Okay. Just a moment. So yeah, before we start this map.
Matt, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before we start this map, is a map. So if you got any questions about this stuff, I'll say this general area you would have some familiarity with. So I just figure and give you a bit of a lore dump before we get started on anything in this area in particular if you're curious. I will say the Frozen Isle is not the island that exploded. That is further off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
The Foul Pond was created when a chunk of the exploding island landed there.
Okay.
The river crossing maintained by and on behalf of the Neutral League of Neutrality is essentially how the Neutral League of Neutrality controls a lot of trade in this area. Bastion is a forward outpost from the Good League of Good. It's their most far east kind of point that they control, and obviously it's not too far away from Hammerfall. It's kind of their way they watch over Hammerfall.
So is the Good League of Good significantly larger than the Evil League of Evil?
It's somewhat larger, but the Evil League of Evil operates a lot more in secrecy.
Cells. Yeah.
So the Good League of Good is all about one big empire. The Evil League of Evil has, as you say, different cells dotted around.
Cool. Crescent.
Yep.
What's Crescent?
Crescent is the name of a lake in a crescent shape.
Nice.
It's not entirely people don't entirely know why it's shaped the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the middle of the grasslands. There is no indication that it should be there whatsoever. But the water is apparently famously, it's got healing properties or something like that. It's kind of a holy site to some people.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, let's go corrupt it.
Indeed. And Mount After Me is the mountain in which the Kobold Collective primarily spend all their time in. The Kobold Collective was unable to agree on a name, apart from the fact that almost every single person who suggested a name had suggested that it be named after me. So the name stuck.
Brilliant.
I'll just be a moment. I'm sorting out lights.
That is amazing.
Wait, so with that sickle...
Yeah.
If I hit the marked crit,
so
that does 6d8.
68 lightning damage plus the plus
2d8.
2d4.
God.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you can get 2 crits in a row, or if you can crit on it and then the next person who hits it can crit, you can do a lot of damage.
Oh.
Yeah. So essentially with those, in an ideal world, you'd be dual wielding them and you'd be doling out like a crit on every single target, and then somebody else in the party could go through and crit a whole bunch of them and they would explode. But it's not really how it works. Who knows? have you
So what we
have
need
you marked
then
everything as a
is
crit, Richard?
No.
we just need to paralyze everybody.
Yes. Critical strike if it's greater than a 1. So you haven't marked everything.
No,
Just
I was just
a
testing
2
it
and
to see
above.
the damage.
Good damage.
And
Just
I
need to be able
was
to paralyze.
You asked the question
I feel
before,
wrong
I've
because the
forgotten
damage-
to
the
change
damage
it
will-
back.
The damage will kind of carry over until then, so you will see the 34 lightning damage, but it won't actually hit them until someone else hits them.
It's essentially so if you score a crit, we'll put a marker on the target, and then when the next person hits that target, it will do 2d8 lightning damage. If the next person who hits that target also scores a crit, it will do 6d8 lightning damage.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
Brutal.
Indeed. All right, let me get my resources. Ooh. So, who wants to say where we left off last session? Because that gives me time to sort out music and whatnot.
I made a heap of orcish bodies.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were sent to negotiate with the Orcish Khanate,
Mhm.
and we negotiated the fuck out of them.
Yep.
Yes, so you were sent to negotiate with the Orcish Khanate after passing through the mountain pass and finding it particularly difficult to navigate. You encountered a camp of the Orcish Khanate. You proceeded to challenge them to single combat. However, they evidently had some more sinister intentions, and an open battle started, where you proceeded to just murder the fuck out of them. At which point the representatives from the Khanate returned and saw you sat atop a pile of bodies, and they agreed to take you to the Great Khan. So, I'm just going to play some nice backgroundy music. I hope this is the right one. Oh, it is. Nice. Fair warning. I'm using a lot of WoW music because I know WoW, and there's a lot of music. So,
Fair.
deal with it.
Cool.
Right, shall I just I could put you back on the Orcish camp, but that's mostly just to celebrate your victory.
Brutality!
Yes,
We
yes,
smash.
A lot
Yeah,
of dead people.
It's a lot more when you pile them all up into one.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Oh dearie.
So, Bill, can you roll me an intelligence check, please?
Well, this isn't reasonable.
Okay, with a 16, very good.
It was
So
actually a 19. But
it's with a -3, so that's a really strong roll for you. So, as the two representatives from the Khan lead you out and towards the presumably where their base is, Bill remembers that he was actually given a map of the area, which he kind of proudly presents to the rest of the party as he finds it hidden in somewhere in the folds of his body. So this is how you got the map. You had it the whole time. Bill just forgot.
I bet it's sweaty as well.
it's dripping.
It's brutal. So as you travel through the grasslands, it becomes increasingly clear that this is a well-traveled area. The aforementioned grass within the grasslands is increasingly beaten down, and eventually it kind of just gets to the point where it's mostly just mud, really, and dry, hard-packed earth. You constantly are seeing bands of orcs on wolfback riding past, and increasingly more and more of their very militaristic presence. You notice that they're all riding in formation. Bill, being an expert in orc, says these aren't orcish formations that they're riding in. It's almost more akin to something you would expect to see if the squishy ones in the tin cans, humans. So eventually you come upon what is quite clearly the outskirts of the Great Khan's camp. It's very similar to the last camp you're in, but just increased in scale, really. This isn't a well-established base. This is still a base that could be torn down and moved if need be. it's quite clearly not. Yeah, it's not a permanent base that's been built by the orcs. However, as you travel through and you make your way towards the center, following your guide, you are stared at a fair bit by orcs as you pass by. Obviously, outsiders are not a particularly common occurrence within the Carnet, and eventually you come upon what is quite clearly the only stone structure that remains in the area, and it appears to be some kind of church. At which point your guide, who's been taking you there, simply kind of gestures towards the building and nods at you. So I'm assuming you all go inside the building, or any of you staying outside? Any strategy like that?
Can we see anything?
Leave the goose outside.
Yeah, leave the goose outside.
I assumed the goose was, flying south with his brothers. Yeah.
Nice.
Are we able to? Am I able to see as we're walking in, like, people like hiding on the roof or something like that? That they might be like looking, spying on us.
Okay. Yeah. So tell you what, roll me a perception check.
May I assist with this?
Yeah, there we go. That works. Okay, 21. Very good. So with a 21, you're able to very easily identify that while this is the tallest building in the area, and kind of the camp has quite clearly been built around it, you notice that there are these wooden structures kind of along the side that have enabled a significant amount of orcs to kind of climb up to the top of the building. So there are people on the roof. There are a lot of orcs standing around the outside of the building, and while it looks like they're just kind of milling about and perhaps trading or something like that, you notice that all of them are keeping an eye on the main hall. These are all guards.
Ah,
rough numbers.
yeah.
Probably,
Like
let's
dozens or
say
hundreds.
there's probably about 20 orcs all in all milling around in the courtyard, and maybe 10 or so that are dotted around kind of on top of the building.
So doable.
It's based upon your last combat encounter, doable, yes.
But tough.
But tough, yeah. And of course, being right in the middle of the orcish camp, it would be trivial for more orcs to come pouring in. Yeah. You notice as well there is a definite lack of wolves. It appears that the only wolves you're seeing in the town are the ones that are being brought in to rest, or the ones dead and being cooked, or injured. It's there's nowhere near enough wolves for the orcs.
Okay. I guess we go in.
All right.
Yeah.
So as you enter, apologies because I'm sure the Zoom is going to be all out of whack. But as you enter into the stone hall, you are greeted by it's a rather nice former church, but it does look like it's definitely been pillaged a bit and then hastily tidied up. You see the throne you can see before you, and sat on top of it appears to be a singular orc who looks to be reading through some reports. He makes absolutely no notice of you entering, but as soon as you enter, the doors are shut behind you.
Okay.
Dan, your mic's a bit close.
Sorry, is what?
Your mic's a bit close to your mouth. I can hear you breathing.
No problem.
Oh, that might be a fan then.
Possibly is. It's quite a large fan.
Varen can kind of respect this guy, and his drip, so he is going to wait respectfully for a little while to see if he acknowledges him.
Okay. The figure on the throne appears to finish his report, and places it down on one side and pulls out another report and resumes reading that one.
Okay, now he's getting a little bit parched.
Does he respond?
The figure on the throne literally just appears to be completely unfazed by you at all. He has
Can
no
I
look at you
stand
whatsoever.
on his pile of reports?
I was gonna holler at him as loud as Bill possibly can.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Richard first because he said first. Sorry, Sam. Can you roll me a stealth check, please? Oh wow. Okay, fair play. So Finn McCuteboy is able to scurry up, silent as a mouse, I suppose, right up to the foot of the throne, and is able to perch himself directly on top of the pile of reports. Now, when the figure on the throne finishes his report and places it down to one side and reaches for the next one, he instead grabs Finn, which causes a bit of shock between both of you, as quite clearly he was not at all expecting this. At which point he kind of, basically pushes you away a bit from the throne and just goes, "Oh, very well. What do you want from the Great Khan?"
Just point at everyone else. They would like to talk to you, I think.
Okay, so the figure points at all of you and then beckons with a finger to gesture you closer to the throne.
Horny
I will
would like
say
to get
go on.
really, really close, uncomfortably close,
Mhm.
like within the personal bubble.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
flop-
As you all
Flop it on his blood papers.
as you all get closer, I'll say you're kind of stood around the stairs, and apparently Horny is like right up in
Horny's
there.
literally just
Um,
humping his shin.
you will notice
not
that the
But you can smell Horny stank.
or can't we all?
Yeah.
Like, that means within
Taste
60 feet.
And I was gonna say by smell I
Yeah,
mean
like-
taste. It's like in the back of the throat.
Back of the throat properly gets you.
Mm.
Okay. So as you all come closer, you notice that it is an orc who sits upon the throne, but he's quite thin and weedy looking. He's wearing plate armor to try and make him look a bit bigger, but he's not that impressive looking. And Bill, you will know from your expertise on orcs, this doesn't make sense. He's supposed to be the toughest bastard around, not some weedy little guy.
Is he armed?
There appear to be numerous weapons kind of dotted around the hall, but none of them are within grabbing range of where he sat.
Does he have any kind of like symbols or anything like on him that could be used as like a focus for magic?
Closest he's got is what looks like a quill that he's been using to annotate some of the reports.
Okay, is it a magic quill? No, okay.
You don't possibly know. You're close
Okay.
enough. You could probably try and like bite the end of it if you wanted, but
No, I'm okay.
okay. So
you don't look so tough.
he simply turns and stares at the ogre and says, "I assure you, the Great Khan is very formidable. Now, what can I do for you? Why is it you murdered one of the Great Khan's encampments? Why is it you piled them into a... Did you form a throne out of orc bodies? Is that right?
Idiot.
Did they now?
We did get awfully tired after all that killing.
Right. You can see he makes a note on one of his parchments. Do any of you speak Orcish?
Uh,
I think I've established this before that we don't.
No, yeah, oh yeah, I think we have. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
None of you can read what he's scribbled down, but yeah.
okay. Excuse me, Great Khan, is it?
That is one of the titles.
Well, we come on behalf of the Evil League of Evil, and we come with a business proposition, mutually beneficial arrangement, where we supply you with new mounts, hardier and even more effective than the traditional
You know,
sort.
all 3 leagues have come to me to make a deal. You
Yes,
are the last one. You are late, if anything.
Yes, but we also come with the best deal, I'm sure.
You know, all 3 leagues have offered us mounts, right? All of them know it is our clear strategic weak point. And all of them know that if they supply us with mounts, they control us.
Well, then it's just a matter of working out the details, isn't it?
What if the Great Khan doesn't want to be controlled? What if the Great Khan would instead take your deal and then use these mounts and this power that you give to me so willingly to conquer all of your enemies and become essentially your army? What happens then when there are no more lands for me to conquer that aren't yours, and I turn on yours?
Well,
I
I mean, does the Evil League of Evil hold land?
The least of all the leagues, but it does still hold some.
Oh,
I
I suppose what happened if you tried to fight us, you'd fucking die. That's what happens.
I have no doubt whatsoever I would, but the Great Khan is not so easy to kill.
I mean, when I say you die, I mean your whole species. We're not above genocide.
yes, it does
True.
come with the evil bit.
True, but
Bill doesn't
Yep.
know this, but I can't not say it. I feel like there's something to be said for the fact that if they're undead mounts, the Evil League of Evil can probably make them die again just as easy as they brought them back to life.
possibly, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah, I'll say yes. That is generally how necromancy works. But so you know, as you do a fair amount of posturing, you know, the Great Khan kind of holds up a hand and says, you know, I have made the same offer to the last 2 leagues that came here. If you can clear a way through the Kobold Collective, I will see what I can do to convince the Great Khan that you are the right league to join.
That sounds like an easy enough job.
What do you want to go through there for?
Because that is the only real way for us to gain more lands to conquer. And
Now, when you say clear away,
yes.
are you happy if we just kill them all, or do you want some kind of treaty? What are you looking for?
I don't care what happens to the Kobold Collective. As soon as we have that passageway through the mountains, I'm going to kill them all anyway.
Excellent.
I probably won't. I typically stay here.
Where do you learn to write and stuff?
The Great Khan taught me.
Where is the Great Khan?
You've actually already seen him.
Oh.
Would you like to meet him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's have a meet.
It's gonna be the fucking goose.
Before I introduce you, you should know a few things. The Great Khan is the finest tactical mind that we orcs have ever encountered. He has turned us from a band of barbarians into a unified horde. So keep in mind, and I know it's the orcish custom that if you can challenge somebody to duel in single combat, you get their power, their holding, all the rest of it, I would not recommend that. And with that, he stands up from the throne, and as he stands up, you notice that the throne appears to actually be a face. And with some grinding and painful noises, the throne itself, eyes open at the back of it,
Oh fuck.
and a gigantic stone and metal face is staring at you.
Hmm.
The orc that you've seen before gestures towards the throne and says, "Behold, the Great Khan himself." Now, I should warn you, he's got a very great proclivity for violence, so I wouldn't recommend angering him. The eyes appear to focus on each one of you in turn, and then there is a horrible grinding sound as it appears the throne, the face from the throne is standing up. And before you see, apologies for the art, this is the only decent one I've got, but you see the Great Khan. Now, he is not fully stood up, and he is already filling this whole space in front of you.
Can I get an
He
estimate of
is-
how big he is?
I'd say from the part you can see, he's probably about 30 or 40 feet tall.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
He is a incredibly large. And tell you what, can somebody roll me either history or an arcana check?
Yes, I can do that.
See if you know what he is.
Not my strong suit, will admit. Yeah, it's good for me.
Okay, well, Varen knows with a 16 in history, but this appears to be a siege bolt. They were built before the collapse to be at the front of armies and essentially manually and physically smash through walls to allow an army to enter. As far as you were aware, there were none left.
Right.
So the Khan's eyes kind of stare at each one of you individually. He makes no noise. There's no reaction on his stone face, and he crouches back down into his previous position and resumes being a throne, which the orc then.
Bit weird.
Sorry, guys, I just changed the server because for some reason I had a really low voice connection thing.
Yeah,
and
thank
couldn't double talk.
Oh, right.
Oh, I was just saying it's really weird that he sits on the Great Khan, like on his lap, basically.
Yeah.
What was he? I heard siege something, but yeah, the server was being a bitch.
Built to smash through city walls, tear down buildings.
Sorry. Oh, fuck's sake, that hasn't fixed it. I've got over 5,000 MS.
Anybody else? Hello?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, every now and then, like, every other word is just like really fucking muffled.
Yeah, Dom's breaking up a lot for me. Too.
Oh, right, so it might as well.
little
No,
bit,
it might be me. Hang on.
That's better.
How about that? Any better?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seem it.
Cool. I don't know what's up.
Maybe not better.
Yeah, hang on. I think I know what the issue might be. There we go. How about that now? The issue-
Nope.
Da-da-da-da.
You sound like you're speaking through a hat.
Really? Hang on. It might have. Oh god. No, it hasn't changed to be like the wrong microphone. Like, is it really that bad?
It's fine now,
No,
but yeah,
now
every,
it is. Now
every,
it's
every now and
fine.
then it goes really
Yeah.
quiet and muffled.
Groovy.
Maybe let's try stop groovy.
Yeah, get rid of Groovy. Get that
Yeah.
shit out of here.
They're really groovy then, yeah. We'll see if that's any better. But yeah, do let me know if there's any issues.
Cool.
Right, with the Great Khan submerged back to the ground, York resumes sitting on the throne and kind of absent-mindedly picks up another report. He kind of turns to the party and says, "I've made my offering to you. If you secure us a passageway through the Kobold Collective and their pathetic mountain, we will consider your deal. There is no secret that we need mounts, so I suppose whichever league can secure us mounts, it's better than the others."
All right then. I suppose we'll get going. Horny, he proceeds to turn around and walk on out. His cheeks glistening.
Okay, as you're leaving, the orc kind of looks up a little bit. Obviously, checks out Horny because don't we all? And then kind of says, "Do you want any intel on the kobolds, or do you know what you're doing?"
Any information would be much appreciated.
Right. Okay. And he reaches into his pile of already checked reports and pulls one out. And then with a very bored voice, he just starts reading. "The Kobold Collective is the name given to the loose group of kobolds inhabiting the mountain of After Me, as they have named it. Previous name is unknown. The kobolds were previously the slaves of one black dragon. The dragon died in the collapse. Kobolds appear to be self-governing ever since. The current leader is, and he flicks through a few more pages, and you can see as he's flicking through pages, it's name after name after name, all of them struck through. So eventually he reaches one point and just says, uncertain.
It's a stupid name.
Beware, they are fiercely independent, and they're a democratic society. I don't know what else to say, really. They're kobolds, aren't they? Oh, there is one thing. The dragon that they used to be slaves of, there was an item in that dragon's possession. We suspect it's where the kobolds have gotten their strength from. Crown. If you find it, try and keep it away from the kobolds. That's all I have to say. It's
Well, I've been meaning to get myself a new hat.
Yes, perhaps a new hat. I wouldn't necessarily recommend wearing it, but I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Well, if it couldn't hurt, it doesn't sound fun at all.
Oh, it could very much hurt. I believe one or several of the previous rulers burned to death for wearing it, so, you know.
Ah, that sounds nice and fun.
Aye, indeed.
It just gives me like the idea of just reverse pickpocketing in Skyrim.
Reverse pickpocketing cursed items.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, the representative who you've been speaking to, he's quite clearly bored with you, and kind of gestures you away again, and resumes picking through his reports.
Mm-hmm.
Upon leaving the throne room kind of area and re-entering into the Orcish camp, you can see that obviously somehow the word has gotten out, and there is a small group of orcs with a number of wolves, which they offer to your party as mounts to transport you to the Kobold Collective. One of the orcs, as you're gearing up and getting ready to ride the mount, I will say there is one particularly large wolf that could probably just about handle Bill for a short ride.
Horny would like to claim it as his own. No, I'm kidding.
So you guys can fight over that. One of the orcs, kind of as you're leaving, he slaps the wolf on the arse and kind of says like, "Ha! Let's hope the wolves don't eat this group." And you ride out into the plains.
Any point
Back
in
on the
that
map.
traveling,
Yep.
were we able to have some sort of rest?
Oh, yes, I will say the traveling from the first camp to this one, I'll say we can count as a long rest.
Thank
Just
you.
for
Because
spell slots and health
have many
points.
hit points.
Right. Okay. Fair enough then.
Hit points.
Yeah. Everybody topped
this is much
himself up
better.
again. Yeah.
This
Right,
is
now I'm just
much better.
switching to
Oh, I
the
can have
next
my
map
key points back. That's the important bit.
I know, right?
Make one quick adjustment.
You guys fucking burned through those, didn't you?
Yeah. The fun.
Yeah. It was just stunning strikes trying to keep things from trying to kill me.
I'm gonna grab a barrage. I shall return shortly.
Go for it. Go for it.
Can you grab me one as well? Just fun.
Oh yeah, get me one
Alright.
too while you're up.
I will accept it.
I don't know, Richard. You and I are probably the least likely to ever get it, so you know.
I don't know. I feel like Sam's the least likely to get it because we all like other people more. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, dear.
That was mean, and he wasn't here to defend himself.
Yeah, it's only fun when he's here.
Whilst we're waiting, did you hear that Donald Trump recently pronounced Thailand Thailand?
Yeah. From now on, I'm only accepting that as the
Thailand.
only accurate pronunciation.
Cool.
Thailand. It's brilliant.
Yes.
That sounds like a much better place than Thailand.
It does
this
sound
place
like a
sounds
lot better,
great.
doesn't it?
I have an amusing
Sounds like
anecdote. I have an amusing anecdote. I just went downstairs and
Yeah.
got a beer from the fridge, and I walked back in, and Ash was like, "You're a walking stereotype," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm wearing a white vest because it's really fucking hot.
Of course you are. You're drinking Stella.
No, but I'm drinking beer and I've got no trousers on. And she was like, you here to beat me? Because
I was going to say, I'm going to message Ash and tell her to leave the house right
Yeah,
now.
what-
before it's
what-
too
Yeah, I
late.
was gonna
White
say
vest.
like.
white vest and boxers and just came downstairs to get a beer. Like,
All you need to do now is like slop in front of the TV and ask where your dinner is. Like that'll do it.
well, she said that to me, and my immediate response was, "Make my dinner now."
Sorry, I'm eating a cookie right now, so give me a
For
second.
the benefit of the non-existent listeners, I don't beat my fiance.
Yeah. Not if she's quick.
Yeah, not not while she's his fiance. Once they're married, different question. But,
He's
you
a
know.
black belt in Taekwondo. She could probably beat me up.
That's amazing. I mean, like, we've
Yeah.
already established that a lamppost can beat you up, Sam, so.
Hey, no, I started the fight with a lamppost. That's
And lost. Who came off worse, right? You or the lamppost?
I mean, the lamppost is permanently marked. I'm not. So, by that logic, I won.
Fair.
I don't think the lamppost is in as much pain though,
True.
and its pride is really not
I
affected.
mean, as the lamppost doesn't have any nervous system, I'm going to say that still doesn't really count.
Fair.
Well, counts a little bit.
I mean, on the plus side, I get to put some new handlebars on my bike.
So what I'm hearing is that bike lost.
Yeah, wait, hang on. Were your handlebars just like fucked?
There was a few trunks taken out of the bar tape, like wraps around it that make up the handlebar, like grips.
Right, yeah.
And general rule of thumb, if you get like chunks out of that, the mechanic when he done in the bike shop, he's done a hole once over on the whole thing. But yeah, he was like, yeah, you should probably like rule of thumb. We generally just because apparently new set of handlebars is like 20-30 quid. It's like we generally just replace them if you've had a crash and they've been had an impact because they can like crack if they got like a crack or something in and they break further down the line. Having like your handlebars snap in half whilst you're riding is actually very dangerous.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, if you-
I can believe that.
You're doing like 40 miles an hour down a steep hill and all of a sudden your handlebars snap. Like you can't steer.
Especially if you're like leant really far forward, you could like impale your chin on like the bar.
Yeah,
That's great.
impale your chin,
Go.
face that like into the front wheel.
Yeah, you could hot fuzz yourself.
I was
yeah.
going to say, you could fully
Oh,
on
no.
yourself. Yeah.
All sorts of nastiness.
That sounds like the start of an episode of Casualty.
It really does, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of nice dramatic shots of Sam going really quick down a hill.
Hmm.
And like a little inside shot of the inside of the tube of the outlet, the aluminium tube of the
Oh,
handlebar.
mate,
with a little
whoa, it's-
crack in
it's
it, just, like,
Casualty, not a Channel 4 special. Like, whoa.
And then, but no, on also, I did have like this plain black bar tape, but I was like, I told them I wanted a bright colour, so they phoned me up and asked me this afternoon, and I was like, bright orange. I'm going to have bright orange handlebars.
You need every possible opportunity for people to actually spot you.
Yeah, that's honestly
That'll be useful when you're lying face down in a ditch. or
my
something.
bike comes in virtually any colour you can think of, and I chose black, and it's been like literally like a month. after I got it,
Gamboge.
I was like, what?
It's colour Gamboge.
I don't know if it comes in Gamboge.
What?
Okay, it comes in about 12 colours, which is quite a lot for the bike. Fuck you, Dan.
That is. Has anyone here seen Being Human?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's George's favourite colour.
It's Gamboge. I've just looked at it. It's like orange. Isn't it?
It's like an orangey brown.
Yeah, it's like, that's a shit color to have as your favorite
It's
color.
an awful colour, and it's
That's-
George's favourite colour.
Of course, it fucking is.
Oh, so it's the colour of Buddhist monks' clothes. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, an awful color.
Yeah.
Sorry, Buddhists, but you know.
You're wrong.
Who the fuck is short straw on that one?
Yeah.
Jesus, the listener's going to be well annoyed with this episode because they're a Buddhist.
Yes, it turns
Yeah,
out Richard
demographics
is
of
like Richard is really big in monasteries.
That is just our entire.
Our entire demographic
base.
is monks. Sorry, guys.
One monk.
Okay, here's one. If you exist, if we do have a listener, please comment when you listen to this video. It won't happen because no one does, but we'll find out.
I mean, I occasionally listen to them, so you know. That's usually though because if it's got me in it, and I like me, so you know.
Yeah, they've got to find some way to finish.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I'd lie, but you wouldn't believe me, so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're honest, you're the only
Yep.
person I know who has a picture of themselves on a t-shirt and in a frame, and a picture of them hugging said frame in bed.
As my phone background. Yep. I don't see an
What I
issue
think
with
you
this.
need, you need a t-shirt with
No, I want to get it made into bed sheets.
no. You need the picture. You need to be curled up on the bed in a fetal position, cuddling the picture on bed sheets with your face on, wearing a t-shirt with the picture of you cuddling the picture of you in bed on it,
Sure.
and then just have a nice picture of cheese above the bed.
You know what would be creepy? No, I have the cheese right next to my computer actually. Like legitimately, hang on, I'll send you a quick picture in the WhatsApp thing. This is a complete distraction from D&D, but I've got to send it to you now.
Oh, I feel like such a scumbag. I just farted. There's something about farting whilst only wearing pants. Feels different.
Feels
And-
dirtier, yeah.
I'm the best, you know.
Yeah.
Just saying, like at this point, Sam's gonna
Oh,
be
you've got a Lego
here
pod
wearing white vest with an
I
egg
do,
stain
yes,
down the
yes.
front of it.
a Lego pod racer and a picture of cheese.
Right, so let's try and get this back on track before you completely derail the shit out of it. So after we'll say a day or so of traveling, you come to kind of the foot of the mountain, the foothills. I was really looking for a better word for that. Foothills, I suppose. And the foliage gets quite thick. So you dismount and continue on foot. Kind of the area that you're going through. It's quite dense foliage, but there is still clearly a path. You can tell that if this was to be used as a main pathway, it'll need to be cleared. But at the moment, there's not really anything that's a big obstacle. And you believe traveling. Actually, yeah, Bill, roll me survival. And anybody else who wants to roll survival, I guess. But Bill's 9 is actually sufficient, so But
just-
Varen
on
cuts him off
Oh, maybe not.
and easily interjects that quite clearly we're traveling upon a dried up riverbed that looks like it's come from a river somewhere up in the mountain that obviously is no longer running. It's quite good that it's quite clear. Once the dense foliage has been cleared off, this will be quite a good passageway. After you've been traveling for a while, when you're right up against the mouth of the mountain, you find a very large stone gateway, kind of sealing off the way for the river. It's covered in dwarven carvings. It looks like there's a dwarf holding up his hand, trying to stop you, kind of thing. And there is no clear way that that this can be opened. Can somebody roll me a perception check?
Ooh, I'm good at those.
Do
I have advantage.
All right.
So that's
So,
nice.
sorry, no. You did ask nicely, and you are adorable. But so Horny spots a couple of kobolds watching you from in amongst the foliage, and they all scurry away the moment that they're spotted, all heading in the same direction. I would say.
Nice. Quick question.
Yeah.
The statues of the dwarves, are there any precious stones in them at all?
It looks like there are definitely spots where there should have been, but they're long gone.
Okay. Even the ones of like the eyes up near the top?
Yep.
I don't know what all these things are. Damn, okay. I would like to point out to the group that that's where the kobolds went.
Mhm.
The little rats went over there. And then I'm gonna walk after them.
All right. So I'll say you're able to follow the kobolds aren't trying to hide. It doesn't look like they're just running away from you. They're being kobolds. They scurry away, until eventually you find yourself in a bit of a clearing with 2 stone towers in front of you, which appear to be over a bridge, right before a bridge. And I'm gonna plonk you in the zone, and this is with dynamic lighting, so let me know if I fucked it.
Nope. I can see.
You're right down the south, and
It's a
you
big
should.
map, right?
Yeah, I mean,
although
you can see
all
like
the
you'll
way
be
up
able to
to
see
there.
quite far because like the light and your vision is like massive, but I couldn't be fucked with all of that bollocks. So
That's
you know.
fine.
But in front
Got
of you,
tokens up.
It's quite dark.
you're right down the bottom.
I can't see anything.
Can you not?
That's
Oh,
because
right.
you.
Oh wait, I can click on my token though.
Yeah, hang on. Oh, yep, there you go. Yeah, it's because I was using you as the token I was testing with, and I must have deleted it at the end of it. So-
Tom, I don't think we generate any light.
It should be a bit darker, but you should still be able to see. Like,
Okay,
it's,
yeah,
I can still
it's a bit darker.
see the whole thing.
yeah, like it's a bit darker, but that's intentional. Don't worry about the goose.
I can see like
He's
all the way. up.
he's chilling.
He's eating a po' boy sandwich.
He's hibernating.
Yeah, sure. To your left, you notice a goose. You can't be certain if it's your goose or just a goose.
I'm like, oh, goose.
So as you approach these 2 towers, you can see there are 2 kobolds clearly posted to guard this tower. Upon spotting you, one of the kobolds scurries up. This one on the right, we'll say, scurries up to the battlements and gestures grandly at the area around and says, "Welcome, welcome to the Kobold Collective." At which point, immediately the other kobold runs up and goes, "No, no, 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 no! Be gone from the Kobold Collective! You are not welcome here."
Horny would like to fly up to being with eye level with
Yep.
said one that's told us to be gone.
That's the one on the left.
Yep. Using his boots of flying.
The kobold notices you flying up and goes, "Oh my, oh, great magics! Be gone from the Kobold Collective."
And Horny would like to say, if you want us gone, you're going to have to fucking make us.
The kobold appears to kind of like, lean down, scratches his chin a bit, glances over at his colleague on the other tower, who you notice just kind of like shrugs, and he goes, "Welcome to the Kobold Collective."
Horny would like to thank him graciously and then float back down.
Great sirs, tall one. They're exclusively addressing Bill because he is the tallest, by the way.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Kobold Collective. What can we humble servants do for you, our equal?
You puny, you know equal.
Ah, my friend, we are all equals in the collective. In fact, welcome to the collective. You have all been granted citizenship into the Kobold Collective.
Amazing.
Please
Oh,
make
you-
sure to vote at the upcoming election.
I won't be in charge.
If you would like to nominate yourself, that's all well and good. You simply have to nominate yourself when we have a quorum.
Where there?
What did he say?
Where there?
Oh, well,
aware that
our fellow members of the collective are all meeting up in the meeting hall ahead. I believe the leaders are attempting another leadership election.
Oh, I win. With that, Billy's just going to charge off down the bridge.
All right.
Horny
Thank you,
would like
fellows.
to stroll across the bridge.
Onwards to democracy.
Okay. As Bill approaches these 2 guards in front of the actual entrance into this camp, I'll say you notice that this is quite clearly a dwarven camp. This is not a kobold camp. The two gate guards kind of glance at each other nervously. They're holding daggers, and one of them has what looks like it's just a dagger taped to the end of a stick to kind of barely resemble a spear. They kind of awkwardly hold them up and say, "What do you want?"
I'm collective. I'm going to be king.
Have you joined the collective? Oh, welcome, brother. Then one of them says,
Oh,
and,
right.
steps out of the way immediately.
As soon
the
as
other
soon as
one
he
kinda
moves
goes,
that way, Bill's just
"Yep."
going to barge past.
Okay. As you barge past, you hear the other one saying, "I didn't want to let him in." And Bill barges in, but the one who didn't want to let him in clearly was defeated.
Well, he wanted us to let him in. We wanted to come in, so it's 5-1, my good man.
Those are the rules, I suppose. As you scurry in, you notice there are kobolds everywhere. They are burrowing out of walls. They
I
are,
want.
and this whole base is filthy.
I have.
Yep.
I have a. Bill has a
Yep.
cunning plan.
Okay.
Bill's going to turn around to the party and be like, "You vote me," on the basis that no kobold is capable of voting for anyone other than himself. So for all members and we all get votes, 5 votes will be enough to win.
I mean, it's good logic.
It's Bill logic.
I mean, that's actually pretty sound logic.
Ugh.
I mean, Baron has a 8 intelligence as well, so he's barely more competent than Bill.
This is not
That
Bill's.
seems like flawless logic to him.
As far as Bill's concerned, this is pretty standard stuff because Ogre Society is not that different. It's just you just have a vote and the person who gets the most votes wins. The
Okay,
difference is you get votes by beating people's heads in until they vote for you.
As you charge in, one kobold in particular kind of steps in your way and says, "What are you doing? Why are you in my house?"
I'm gonna be Prime Minister.
But I don't care what you're gonna be. This is my house. You have to leave. This is my house. I claimed it. You hear a voice in the distance saying, "It's my house."
I'm a member of collective. I have claim.
Yeah, but I have a claim too. It's my house.
Move
Yeah,
off.
you hear echoes from the distance of, "But it's my house." This
Move
kobold
off.
appears to be standing his ground. I'm just going to roll a quick. Yeah, he's standing his ground actually. Yeah.
Okay, Bill is gonna very slowly.
Yep.
Very obviously, with ample opportunity for the kobold to get out of the way, like just kick him as hard as you fucking can. Like that.
Okay, roll an intimidation. Oh, okay. So as you wind up to give a good kick, you're getting ready. You're doing it nice and slow. He's got every opportunity, and right as you're swinging down, mere moments before, the kobold ducks out of the way, and you hear him screeching like, maybe your house," as he runs away.
Thought so.
As you approach this hall in front of you, you can hear just hundreds of kobolds arguing. It sounds like squabbling with each other. That no, but I should be king because I'm the tallest. You're not the tallest. I'm taller than you. No, but I'm the smartest. You're not that smart. I saw you try to eat a fork. It's the worst of Parliament, essentially.
Also known as Parliament.
Also known as Parliament. Yeah, that is
This is
true.
a Parliament of kobolds.
And you see what appears to be the 3 most important ones. I'm just showing this to you so you can see it.
I want to put it out there. I feel like their sense of self-preservation would mean they probably could have dealt with the COVID crisis better than our current elected government.
Also true. Although good luck enforcing a mask order.
Then it really would be hashtag.
So all of the kobolds are quite happily arguing amongst themselves over minor things, such as you hear one of them shouting like, "But we shouldn't increase taxes because I don't have any money left." Another one saying, "Well, we should increase taxes because I haven't got any money, so it won't matter. I can't pay any." There appears to be one kobold who's attempting to get order, but then when somebody tells him to shut up, he just joins in the arguing just as much. It is
Is there any
bedlam.
convenient structure I can beat with my maul to get everyone's attention?
I'll say these are some pillars. You could beat one of the pillars if you like.
I might beat the floor instead.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I'm inside this room. I don't want it to fall
Yeah.
down.
We have collapsed buildings before.
This is true. Can you roll me a strength check, please?
Strength check or strength save?
Strength check, just strength, athletics, whatever it wants to be. Okay. So you pull out your maul and beat it on the ground. A couple of the kobolds who are standing close to you, kind of like it obviously has a bit of an effect on them, and they kind of knock back a bit and like. And the 3 kobolds who appear to be squabbling the most aggressively with each other kind of all turn and look at you, and they're all holding on to a band of metal that's held in between all 3 of them. They like kind of shuffle over to you and say, "What you want? What you want, big man?"
I'm joining collective. I'm gonna be president.
What's the president?
King.
No, you can't be king. We already have king. Yeah, it's me. No, it's me. No, I'm king actually.
How big is the crown?
So the band of metal that they're holding, you could probably wear it as a bracelet.
I'm gonna pick up the crown. If they all hold on to it, can I pick it up and pick them all up at once?
You can try to if you can roll me a dex save.
I'm not horrendous at dex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
Could have been better.
As you go to reach for it, one of the kobolds, who appears to be holding some kind of glowing orb in one of their hands, kind of glares at you and snaps his finger. Actually, no, sorry, not holding a glowing orb, fuck it, a glowing stick or some shit, and he stamps it on the ground. We'll go with, and a bolt of lightning jets out and hits your hand. Now it doesn't do any damage to you, it doesn't hurt, but it kind of jerks you back away from the crown.
Like static.
Yeah, like static electric. And the kobold says, no touchy, only king touch.
At this point in his great maturity, Bill is gonna lose his temper.
Yep.
I would like to rage.
Okay,
Oh.
Can you roll me your rage dice? Let's see what you do.
There's the list.
Yep, go for it.
It's a D8.
Yep,
That's a 6.
it's a 6. So each creature within 30
no.
feet of you must succeed a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, all of you guys do one. This means they have disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the start of your next turn. Okay, I'm just going to roll 1 for all these kobolds, because I can't be fucked to roll it many times. Yeah, they fail, so...
So yeah, this is. I'm not sure Bill can cope with this.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I make you roll like a wisdom save? Because you're hearing a lot of thoughts right now.
Nope.
You're basically hearing thoughts for like all of these kobolds, and all of them are just internally squabbling. Oh, actually, let me check one thing.
I mean, to be fair, they're all going to have disadvantage against me until I actually take a turn. So.
So you hear basically an absolute chorus of just me. This is all the kobolds are thinking of. They are very simple creatures, but so are you. So
I
you
suppose.
now have an intrinsic connection with them.
Are they
Okay.
the seagulls from Finding Nemo?
So
Well,
Phil,
they
I need
could
to
be.
send you a message because this is going to be relevant in game.
Okay, go for it. I'm excited now.
Can I pick up the kobolds?
But you could pick up a kobold.
Moving the crown, can I pick them all up and then try and take it from them?
You could try and pick up that group of kobolds. And while I'm waiting for Dan to send me a message, I'm just going to make more kobold noises. Mine, but it's me. I'm best. Yes.
When do we vote?
There we go.
I thought this was demo.
We're a democracy. We're a representative democracy. Well, we're not. We're an elective monarchy actually. And one of them says, "I don't think elective monarchy is a good term to use. I prefer presidential system. Really, you don't know what a president is."
At this point,
Yeah.
I like imagine Bill is going to pull out a small pair of glasses and put them under his nose and give them a very high-brow lecture about what their subtle structure actually is. This is like happening in Bill's head in like a little bubble. He's just like,
All
this
right.
is happening.
In
And he-
Bill's head, he is Winston Churchill.
In his head, he's like, he
Um,
puts on a pair of like specs and he's just like very eloquently explains to them what the system of government they're actually operating is. But what all that comes out of his mouth is just, "You're wrong.
So you're attempting to be Winston Churchill, but you're being Boris Johnson. Got it.
Yes.
So yeah, Bill attempts to articulate his strong disagreement on their naming structure for their own
Be
political
king, be
system,
king.
but he just completely fails.
Be king,
Um,
be king. Don't go scouting, but go scouting. And
Until one of the kobolds you hear shout, "Election! I call an election!" No, you don't. I call an election first. No, I said it. Yeah, but I thought it first. That doesn't count. At which point, all of the kobolds start to pick up the chant of "Election! Election! Election!"
Bill's going to join in without question.
Horny would like to start chanting erection, erection, erection.
Don't encourage him.
While still completely flaccid.
All right, one of the
Trying to
kobolds
encourage
holding
yourself.
one of the kobolds holding the metal band, who appears to be the biggest and the strongest of those three, says, "Fine, fine, election. All right, all of the nominees, please raise a hand." And every single kobold raises a hand.
Bill does. Bill raises 2.
Horny also raises his hand for fun.
Finn raises a hand. All right, Baron, are you going to raise a hand as well?
No.
Oh my.
He's going to be the one vote that went by.
All right. At which point, the kobold, he makes a show of counting, but you realise that he's not actually counting. He's just pointing at each person in turn and making a noise like. All right. All those who vote for me, the strongest kobold, and about a third or so of the kobolds keep up their hand. At which point, the one who previously did the zappy lightning, he kind of goes, "Yeah, well, all those who vote for me, the smartest kobold." And again, about a third raise their hand. You notice as well that a couple of the people who voted for the first one have also voted for this one. They don't seem to get it. And then finally, the last one, who appears to be quite skinny and weaselly, kind of pipes up and says, "And what about me, the most cunning of all the kobolds?" And again, it's about a third.
Is it the same third for all 3 of them?
There's a lot of crossover. There's a lot of kobolds who appear to have forgotten that they're supposed to vote. And just don't really seem to be paying attention. At which point, one of the kobolds says, "Well, it's a dead heat at the moment, but how about you then, big man? Are you going to run then?"
Yeah. If I become Chancellor, I'll give every kobold a wolf.
Okay, a lot of the kobolds are looking around and nodding and everything like that. And one of the kobolds says, "All right, all those in favour of the big man." What?
I give you all a wolf and an orc to show you how to ride it.
There's a lot more nodding and noises coming from all of the kobolds. And then he says, all right, enough. All those who vote for the big man." And you notice the big and strong kobold, he puts his hand up. You do notice very, very few of the kobolds put their hand up. In fact, most of them appear to be afraid. And you hear one of them say, "I don't want a wolf, it'll eat me. I don't want an orc, it'll eat me." The big, strong kobold kind of looks a bit defeated and goes, "For any other nominees, then?"
Well, I believe our young ward would like to run. Finn?
If you elect me, I'll find you a dragon.
All of a sudden, you hear what is kind of almost an explosion of talking amongst the kobolds of "Dragon, dragon! Oh, it'd be nice to have a dragon again. I hate this democracy lark. I don't know what I'm doing. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm exhausted all the time. Like, it's having your own opinions. God, it sucks."
Also,
All right.
also, he is far too small to eat you.
He probably could. I could probably eat him. Yeah, no, that's true, actually, isn't it? Yeah. He definitely couldn't eat us. At which point, the lanky, cunning kobold says, all right. All those in favour of the tiny mouse. The vast majority of the kobolds raise a hand. Now somebody makes an attempt to like count hands, and then eventually somebody just shrugs and goes, "Oh, that was probably the most, wasn't it? Can you even count? No." And most importantly, the big one voted for him, and he is the biggest. He is the biggest. Yeah, that is true. All right then. Congratulations to our new king. What's your name?
Finn.
King Finn the Small. Congratulations, you are now king of the kobolds. When do we get our dragon?
Horny would like to go and take the crown from them to give to Finn.
All right. As you come and place your hand upon the crown, you feel it's very warm. The crown.
Okay.
You can feel like it's definitely, it's not just that it's been held by these kobolds for a long time. It's giving off a lot of heat.
Okay.
Horny, I think that might be the thing that we were told about.
Oh, I know exactly what it is.
All right. Now they will surrender it to you if you want to take it.
Horny would like to take it.
Hmm?
All right. So as you take the crown into your hands, it's very hot. It feels like it's getting hotter.
Okay.
Kind of every second you're holding it, you can feel it getting warmer and warmer and warmer.
Okay. Horny would like to fly over and place it on the ground next to Finn.
All right. As you place it on the ground, you can almost hear it sizzling on the ground. At which point, all of the kobolds are currently staring at the crown and staring at Finn, waiting. You hear "Go on then."
Is Finn gonna jump in the middle?
It
and
is
use the
tiny. I
hula
was
hoop?
gonna say, yeah, he'll just stand in the middle and not touch it.
Finn is going to stand in the middle of the crown.
All right. Roll me a dex save.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh yeah. So King Finn the
quick.
Small is able to easily step into the middle of the crown without ever actually touching it. And upon standing in the middle of the crown, you can feel it's very warm. You can really feel it. And standing in the middle and not touching it, but still being able to stand in it, you hear all of the kobolds cheer. Like, yay! The king has returned. It is true. He will bring us a dragon. We'll have to, we'll have a king again. Oh, thank God! What is your command, my king?
Ouch. Bill doesn't understand. Went to the door and out.
The orc.
If we let the orcs wander through our house, they will amass wealth and lure a dragon hither. I do say as your king.
Okay, a number of the kobolds kind of turn to each other, and you can hear muttering. And And then-
Baron throws his hands up and just goes, "So shall it be done."
You hear one of the kobolds saying, "But won't the orcs just eat us?"
Bill's going to be like, no, great idea.
Orcs. And Baron starts
Tell
to
you what,
try to start a chant.
roll me persuasion.
I would
I'll
like
say one of you
Ooh.
can roll it with advantage.
Bill is going to assist by holding ground above him like a small totem.
Alright.
Yeah. So that's an 18 in persuasion. Just a moment. Wow, that is a legendarily bad roll for them. And Okay, so you seem to have won over the vast majority of the kobolds. They're all chanting along with you, orcs, 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 orcs. However, the three previous rulers appear to all kind of be looking between each other, and they're kind of shouting something else into the group of like, "They'll kill us. They'll just murder us. What's even the point?"
Varen would like to, if he's able to, I don't know how well this
Yep.
is going to go down. He's going to try and cast sleep
Okay.
on the leaders.
Can you paste sleep for me? Because I'm not too familiar with the spell. So
Oh shit!
I think technically they're ex-leaders now. I am king of the Kobold Collective.
you are king of kobolds.
Well, let me. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, spell restriction on. Sorry. Pow.
Yep.
There we go.
All right, let's have a look. So, 20 feet of a point.
It's basically, I roll that. If that's above a creature's hit points, it goes to
Yep.
sleep.
Okay,
And if there's more on top of that, it can affect another creature.
Oh, I see. So what? So you pick one target,
Yeah.
and if they fall asleep, and then there's more on top, you can overlap to make a
Yeah.
whole bunch fall asleep.
So it could
Okay.
theoretically do however many targets it can, but it works best on like a lot of low HP targets.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So you turn and attempt to cast it on the leaders.
Yeah.
One of them, the scrawny one, kind of immediately just keels over backwards asleep. But the other two just kind of appeared generally unfazed, and they're now picking up their voice more and saying like, "Down with King Finn! Down with King Finn!"
Billy's gonna step in.
Treason!
Long live the king! And he's just gonna flatten the big strong one.
All right. As you go to swing at the big strong one, I'm going to say because they're basically on top of each other. The big strong one raises a shield. Can you roll me an attack, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so he raises a shield. You still bring it down. It makes a deafening crashing sound.
Have you rolled? I can't see it.
Yeah.
It has come through. I don't know if it's been whispered.
Oh,
to
I think oh no, yeah, I can see it. Sorry.
So as it comes crashing down, you can hear this deafening sound, and you're pretty certain you don't think you've killed him, but you're pretty certain you've damaged his shield at the very least. And I believe with that, I'm gonna need people to roll me initiative.
Broken arm, maybe? Fuck!
As he does this, I would like to join
Damn it.
Baron and scream treason at the same time.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Tell you what, roll me just
Protect the
free
king.
persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Persuasion. Not my strongest thing. Oh, not bad.
Oh yeah, you're golden. Okay, right, that is fine. Right, if we all rolled, I believe we have.
For the king!
So stick it in descending. All right. So the first turn goes to Bill Ironguts.
The one time where being at the end of the turn order would have actually been of advantage to me.
Yeah.
On the plus side, I am already raging.
You are, yes. So go for it. You've got in front of you. You've got the three previous members of the leadership of the Kobold Collective. One of them is passed out. One of them, the bigger, burly one, is clearly stood in the way of the other two. That is also a grand reference, Richard. It's treason, then.
Right.
Yeah, what are you going for then?
Oh, actually,
All right.
Can I also make the point, if the guy's asleep, doesn't it auto crit when you hit him?
If he hits him.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go for the sleeping issue. But also, I might wait a couple of seconds because I just saw our resident honker log into Discord.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right, if we can get him in.
BOF in auto-critting.
I'm gonna go grab a beer while the honk
Yeah, I
arrives.
was going to say, Finn, auto-critting Zappy.
Exactly.
I will be a god to them.
I know.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a beer while hopefully Andy comes on.
all right.
Although, if Mr. Honk comes in, I might have to abdicate.
No, he could just do your wet work.
Wait, no, can we
Mhm.
win this fight and then paint the goose as a dragon?
Oh my god, yes.
Holy shit.
Does anybody know Minor Illusion? Or seen it?
No, that's like my. I've got one use of sleep and one use of invisibility. Those are my only spells.
Oh,
Nice. I was gonna say, how do you have spells?
Racial ability.
yeah,
cool.
because you're a paladin or
Paladin.
something, aren't you?
Paladin
Yeah,
elf.
which is quite cool.
It's very, I've been waiting to use that, and like kobolds are like the perfect race to use sleep on.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
I went and found perfect kobold music as well, but it seems like Groovy is just causing issues.
Yeah, Groovy's weird like that. It does the same to Sam sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know
What
if
were-
it's the noise suppression or something. If Discord thinks it should be trying to
Yeah.
edit out Groovy.
Dom definitely
Yeah.
uses the headset. Sam, I don't think
I
he
do.
does.
I don't know, but also Discord in general is really good at not picking up sounds that are coming from my computer as a problem.
Mm. Well, I
Unless
think that's because you don't use a headset. I think that's why.
No, I think the Discord noise suppression software is just really aggressive.
I think it might be. Yeah.
Aggressive. It beats you. It wears
I
a
mean,
white
that,
vest.
that too.
and boxers.
Yeah.
to be fair, I do think actually when Dom speaks louder, never have an issue. Like this sounds obviously because he's speaking louder, but also when you're speaking a bit louder, it's Discord. Yeah, it's like yes, you're a speaking person, not background noise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think if you speak
You
too
might have
softly.
Discord just never passed your messages through because it thought your voice was background. How depressing would that be?
Mm.
All right. Any
Right.
word on Andy?
Doesn't look like it.
That's fine. I mean, it may well be that he's gotten back, but he's too knackered, and he's on.
He was
watching
in
TV
Colgate
or
like
something.
3 hours ago, so he should have been home for a while now.
Ah, I don't know Andy's life, dude.
No, I know. He was on the way back from the New Forest today as well. So I messaged him earlier, and he was on about 6ish. He was in Colgate, so he would have been home by 7 at least.
Fair.
Well, you probably have to someone say that, but anyway. Yeah, let's crack on.
All right. So it is your turn, Bill. You are facing off against the collective. Go.
Puny arse. Your system of government is inefficient.
Whoa. He knows the word system and government.
And inefficient.
That's a
These are a lot of
3-syllable word.
Yeah.
So with the 25, the maul hits. So you swing down again on the big lad. He's still
If a
trying to
Bill
get in
is
the way of your
He's
blow.
just crouching under a shield. Bill is fully intent in just making his shield into like a fucking drain cutler in the ground.
Oh shit! Oh dear! You didn't do that much damage. Hang on. I accidentally minus 70 instead of 7 for your
Whoops.
rage and racial. So just hang on. Thinking that health bar. Okay, so you bring your maul down again on the shield, and again he is blocking it, but it's not doing much to actually help him. It's still definitely hurting. Have you got anything else? I presume you've got a second attack.
Yeah.
All right. Jesus. So again, you bring down the maul, and it's another really solid strike against him.
Does he at least get driven to one knee? Because this is one tough fucking kobold.
He's a really tough he is a big kobold, and he's clad in armor. He is. You can't even really see him behind his shield though, so it's not
Take-
certain.
Taking a fucking literally an ogre just like
Yeah,
swinging a sledgehammer at him repeatedly, and he's just standing there taking it.
Hmm.
All right. Anything else?
Bill is gonna lean over in an intimidating fashion and dribble on him.
All right. You do an intimidating dribble.
He's just kind of a bit of raw with a bit of saliva involved, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Full
You
blown
roll
like,
with a bit of saliva involved.
is it in Harry
yeah.
Potter where the troll roars and they get like troll bogies on them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Keep in mind, these kobolds live in squalor. You're not going to intimidate them with grossness.
You don't know what Bill's been eating.
You don't know how kobolds live, dude. All right. If that's all, we'll move on to Horny. It is your turn, Horny.
Okay, Horny would like to use his boots of flying.
Yep.
To fly and make himself horizontal as he flies around this pillar.
You're horizontal apart from your fin. By that I mean your penis.
Exactly, which
Yep.
is at this point
It's
fully
upside
erect.
down.
It's for steering. Yep.
Yep,
It's for
exactly.
damage. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a rudder.
It's a rudder.
It's his keel.
Yep.
And he would like to try and punch the kobold that's holding the shield, but like in the back of the head.
Okay.
Let me roll my little attack. That's going to be a
Alright.
miss.
You swing in from behind to try and get a good strike on the back of his head. Unfortunately, you think your rudder has steered you wrong for the first time, and you sweep past and miss. Are you going to go for another attack?
Yes, I will. I will go
Yep.
for an additional attack.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, the second one does hit, so you come back around and you're able to get a good crack on the back of the guy in armor's head.
Excellent. And I would also like to spend a key point to
Yep.
attempt a stunning strike.
Go for it. Let's. What is the check he has to make? It's
It's a Constitution save,
Yep.
which DC 14.
DC 14. He does make that, unfortunately.
No worries. In which case, then I will use the remaining bit of movement that I have to
Yep.
fly above his head out of reach,
Okay.
which would, in theory, provoke an attack of opportunity.
It would, yes. So, one moment. I have to get the right roll here. Does a 19 hit?
It does hit.
You take 5 piercing damage.
5 piercing damage.
Yep.
No problem.
All right.
Done.
Is that it for you? Yeah. Okay. So with that, it is now the constituents' turn, and most of them are chanting, for the king, for King Finn. However, a couple of them are more in line to side with their kobold brethren. So the ones that are chanting for King Finn are mostly just stood still chanting trees and trees and trees and. However, one of them runs over to join the collective over here. So this one runs in and joins. So I'm removing his token from the field because he has
No worries.
joined into the collective. And one moment, I just have to do something very quickly. How is it you do private roles? Is it the square brackets?
I think so. Or you can click GM on the top and then do the roll through that way.
Or just
Oh,
/W
really?
before the roll if you're typing it.
Yeah, you just GM and
Oh,
then
here
hit
it is.
fudge.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then fudge. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to try what fudge does.
What does? Oh, fudge enables you to just.
Oh, that was weird. I just
click
clicked.
or something?
I have no
Oh.
idea what that did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Either way. Okay. So yeah, one kobold runs in to join, and you hear scurrying from further down the tunnel.
I mean, do these ones out of the room know that I'm their king or not? Because I'm just standing in a
There
crowd.
was- There was a lot of shouting. So. All right, and that is the. Oh yeah, I didn't move on. So that's the constituents' turn. Now it is the king's turn.
So I'm gonna scurry over to my Nemesis, the collective.
Yep.
So I have as question.
Yeah, go for it.
So I have Horde Breaker.
Okay. Yep.
Because they're all within the reach of
When you
reach.
make a weapon attack, you can make another weapon attack, the same weapon, against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target and within range of your weapon. So,
So
yeah,
does
you
this
can
mean
attack.
infinite attacks,
Or
or would it be a
I think it'd
maximum
be
of
each
4?
one of your weapon attacks. You can make, it's
Yeah,
one
the,
other
the,
attack.
the very first word is once on each of your turns.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I didn't see the very first word.
Yeah.
I just read the rest and went within 5 feet of each other. Infinite attacks.
Yep. So you can attack essentially 2 of the kobolds within the group here.
Should we fill in the resident goose?
Oh yeah, sorry, is Andy here?
Hello, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hello, Andy. Would you like to join in?
What's up? Yeah, go for it.
All right, one moment. I'm gonna move your character token to be. In a weird.
Do I need to enter the fight in a dramatic fashion or in a controlled manner? How would you?
So the way I'm gonna do it is in the middle of the fight when you're all fighting, a weird purple vortex appears above you and a goose falls out of it.
I would have preferred to have been hiding on the chandelier.
You can be hiding on a chandelier if you want, or you can do the purple portal. Choice is yours.
I'd like to fall from the chandelier.
All right. Well, there's not really a chandelier here, but I'll say there's alcoves up top. You could just fall out of one of the alcoves.
Or a purple portal appears and a chandelier and a goose fall out.
That's
Oh,
better.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, there we go. So a purple portal appears and a goose falls in riding a chandelier.
And the chandelier smashes on the floor dramatically.
Yes. Can you roll me initiative, please?
I'm going to dust myself off with the fat little wings. I'm going to roll you some initiative.
Thank you.
Isn't it warm?
It is quite warm.
Oh, I rolled a 5.
Surprisingly, not that bad considering the turnover.
That's actually perfect because it just means you just the list.
Yeah, I'm just putting him in the right
So-
place. Oh god,
Briefest of recaps for the
Go
honk.
for it, yeah.
We fought with the Orcs last session. We went to see the person in charge of the Orcs, which turned out to be an Orcish secretary sitting on top of a giant war machine that is the king of the Orcs, or the Great Khan. And
Yeah, the Great Khan. Let's get his title right.
Yeah.
we offered them the deal of giving them undead wolf mounts, because that's what they asked for. That's the deal we want to get them on our side. They've been offered the same deal by the Neutral League of Neutrality and the Good League of Good. So they said, we'll do the deal. We'll give you the same offer we gave everyone else. We'll do a deal with you in particular if you can clear a path for us through the Kobold Mountain, which is one we crossed before. And we came to the Kobold Mountain. They're a Kobold collective. Their dragon's dead, so they don't follow anyone. They're just a democracy. They're a very amusing bunch. They were having an election because they can't decide who's going to be king because they're fucking kobolds. They just bicker and argue. And one way or another, Finn got elected king, so he's now King Finn the Small. But then the previous leaders of the kobolds, who were like a three group, didn't take kindly to that. So they were like, "No, you're not king." Finn tried to suggest they should let the orcs go through. They didn't like that. Bill called treason. Oh no, sorry, Phineas. Valen.
Phineas.
Phineas.
Just because he's a Ponzi elf who's evil.
Varen called treason.
Oh, yes, there's a fair comparison.
Yeah, it's fair.
Well, Varen called treason and put one of them to sleep, and then Bill was like, "Yeah, you're fucking treasonous bastards." And then he tried to beat one of them into the ground, and that set the initiative off. And now we're having a fight.
Indeed. So generally, the other kobolds are on your side. Well, they're on Finn's side. Let's be real. So yes, Finn, it was your turn. So King Finn, you're up.
So I'm gonna hit the sleeping bot.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm gonna hit him with the Gooder sickle.
Okay, and it's an auto crit. So can you roll me another D4, please, to add on?
Am I seeing the correct thing here?
What, this thing here?
Are we in like a are we in like an octagonal room?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be seeing the right thing. I
Right.
hope.
I can see lots
Okay.
of kobolds, but I can't. You say the kobolds are on our side?
Yeah, these little ones are on your side. It's this big one over here. Is a
Oh,
group.
sorry. I thought that was something with us. All right.
No, that's all right. That's
that
all
was
right.
like someone's token.
No. So okay then, you strike down on the gooder sickle, on the one who's downed, and as you hit, you can feel kind of a jolt of lightning run through the sickle and latch on to that guy, and he appears to be lightly sparking a little bit. What else you got for me?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit him again, but shouting, "Look at the power of the dragon!"
All right. So you swing back around with your gooder sickle, which is marked, and this is an auto crit again because he's still downed. So can I get 1d4 and another 2d8, please?
D4,
All right.
2D.
Oof, that's poor
That
roll.
could not have gone worse.
Wouldn't it be tripled? Wasn't it tripled? So
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be
it's
another
triple. Sorry. Yes. Roll me another 2d8. Go on.
Christ.
Redemption.
Very good. So as you swing down with the gooder sickle again, there is a terrible crack from above, and a bolt of lightning fires down and lands directly on the kobold who is down. You can see very clearly that the kobold who was put to sleep by Varen is completely dead, with a rather large hole in his chest, which is smoking. You can hear polite applause from some kobolds.
And then I'm going to board breaker to just hit the one, not the one with the shield, but the other one.
Okay, hit the Sparky boy. Roll me an attack. Okay, so that hits. You swing around with the sickle using your expertise at fighting hordes, apparently, and strike it onto the casty boy. And you can see it's a good hit. It hits nicely. Anything else for your turn? Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, I can
Nope.
Hunter's Mark.
It's a bonus action, I believe. Yeah.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the shieldy boy.
Mm-hmm. All right, just a moment. I'll put a red marker for that. All right.
Concentration. Something.
Yeah. All right. Now moving on. Now it is Varen's turn.
Okey-doke. So who's left out of the three main kobolds?
So-
There's the big guy and the zappy
Big
one.
guy and Zappy lad. Yup.
And
Okay,
they had
how's
another one joined.
They have had another one join.
Oh,
but
the-
he's just a regular kobold.
How is the big one? Actually, no, the big one's sort of taken care of. They're like looking after him.
Yeah, the
I'm
big one
gonna
is not great.
I'm gonna circle around over here
Mhm.
and come at the zappy one.
Okay. Roll me some
So-
attacks then. You swing around so you're on the other
I
side of the big
shall.
lad.
I'm going to is
Mhm.
it two-handed? Yes. Bam.
Or you bring about your sword with a solid two-handed strike. It's a good strike.
I'm also gonna use a key point and use my
Yep.
Death Strike to do an extra 4 damage.
Oh, very good, very good. Right, doing that
Uh,
now. A moment. Problem is, you've all got so many individual bloody dice. It takes ages to take off health.
I know, right?
You bastards. All right, so you swing around with the sword, and you're able to get a really good strike on the caster lad. He seems to be kind of losing focus on what he was doing.
All right.
Anything else for you? I'm assuming
Yeah, I'm
more
gonna take
strikes.
my second strike.
Yep. Christ, these fucking rolls! Like Jesus. Yeah, you swing about again, and again it's a great hit. And I'll say, roll me a dex check, I guess.
Just a
Yeah.
straight Dex check.
No, sorry, a strength check. Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. See. Oh yeah.
Oh, very good. Okay, so you swing about with your sword, and with that particular blow, you actually lop off the Zappy boy one of his hands.
Oh damn.
All right. Anything else for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna use. I'm gonna spend a key point and do flurry of blows, and then just bicycle kick him in the chest.
All right, excellent, excellent. Let's see these rolls.
Bam and bam.
Okay, both of them hit. So after your two strikes, you perform an excellent bicycle kick against him. The type that all of your instructors in the academy would be very proud of, or wherever the fuck it is you came from. You're a fancy boy. I assume you went to.
It was definitely an academy.
It was definitely. Let's be real, yeah. So yes, you end him with a dramatic flourish. You can see that the kobold caster, he's now just clutching his stump of a hand. Anything else for you?
No, that will be my turn.
All right, now we come to the kobold collective's turn. Finally, right. So the collective is kind of struggling to keep itself together. Now the one kobold who joined them, he grabs a weapon off the ground that was clearly the guy who fell asleep, grabs his weapon and jabs at Finn. So Finn
No.
does a 22 hit.
It would if I didn't use my reaction to nimble dodge.
Oh, okay. Does a 6 hit?
No.
Yes.
I'm just checking. You know, you're a mouse. I have no idea. Okay, so he swings at you with his with what looks like to be a spear. You dodge out of the way. As he's swinging with it, you notice that it's not actually a spear. It appears to be a scorpion tied to the end of a stick.
As I dodge,
Yep.
I just say, "He doesn't love dragons," but loud enough that everyone hears.
Okay, can you roll me acrobatics, by the way? Just very quickly. Oof. Okay, so even with your dodge, you still are stood in the crown. You've managed to
Nice.
managed to keep it around yourself, just kind of like kicking it along the ground.
While the spear swings underneath him.
Yeah, that kind of thing. You know, yeah, expertly dodging it. Right. Okay. So then the big lad, he attempts to jab at whatever what's your Bill? Sorry, I couldn't remember what your character is called. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
It does hit. All right. Take 3 piercing damage, and can you roll me a con save, please?
Is that 3 reduced to?
Oh yeah, 3 reduced to 1 because you're raging. Yes, of course.
And do what save? Sorry.
A con save, please.
Wow.
Ooh. Okay. Right. Oh Christ, it's a nat 1 as well. Give me a moment. I have to roll some stuff. Right. I'll just roll that.
Double
again.
that one.
That is. I mean, you're a barbarian. I really thought you were safe on this. Okay, so he jabs at you with his spear, and he does get a little nick on you, and you also take. Do a quick bit of maths.
Wait.
37 poison damage.
The only thing I can offer is the fact that technically he has disadvantage until the end of my next turn. I don't know when that would be.
Yeah, trust me, he hit you.
What? Even
Yeah, like his other roll was a nat 20, so.
Well, I'll take that.
Yeah. So yeah, 38 poison damage. Sorry, I can do maths.
Really?
That's quite hefty. I don't want to get hit by that.
You don't.
30 damage. That's all of it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He got a double nat 1 on his save. Like he didn't help himself there.
I can't.
Right. He's talking about Ash, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the spellcaster boy turns to you, Varen, and holds out his bloody stump of a hand, which then appears to slightly explode. Does a 19 hit?
Oh, sorry. 19. Yes, it does.
Okay. So as his hand kind of explodes, bolts of fire come blasting out. One of them gets you directly in the chest. So you take 27 fire damage.
Oh fuck! Oh dang!
Yep. These guys managed to be kings of the kobolds. Like they're tough bastards.
Yeah, seems like
Finn
it.
does an 11 hit. Richard?
Finn.
Wait, what?
Does an 11 hit? One of the blasts of the fire goes wild and is coming at you.
Oh, no.
Okay, so a bolt of fire also shoots out but barely misses you. So you're okay. Anything else left on the Kobold Collective? No, I believe that is it. Now it is time for Star Wars 2 Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. I couldn't agree more.
I can't remember.
Yep.
What this is.
That's
Wearing
your
an
head.
axe helmet.
That's
Your-
your
Flying
yeah.
into
Yeah.
yeah.
the thing, isn't it?
Or just
Right.
bashing people with your head, I suppose.
And remind me, does Action Surge gives me basically one extra attack?
One extra action, and so that'll
Right.
give you 2 extra attacks if you attack with it.
Right, and that's just a one-use thing until I
Short rest,
Um,
right?
Yeah.
short rest. Yeah. So with extra attack, I can attack 4 times if I use Action Surge and use my action
Yeah.
to attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I use Poosum Hoot,
It's just more honk.
okay, I'll give double honk.
Yeah.
And
Now there are
I
3
can-
kobolds, so I'll need you to say which ones you're attacking.
we're not attacking kobolds, are we?
Yep.
Oh, we are.
That's what this
The-
collective is.
It
Is
is.
the former leaders of the Kobold Collective.
Yeah, they're the 3
These are our
strongest. The rest of them kind of are, but these
Yeah.
3 here are like
Yeah.
the former leaders, and there were 3 of them as a group.
Mm.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna move up here.
So
Okay.
then-
On my way to flying at, I don't mind which one. The one that's what condition are the 3 of them?
Is-
One's asleep.
So one of
the
one
sleeping
of them
one's
is dead.
now.
So essentially, what you've
He's
got
still
is
asleep.
one that is just a random kobold that has picked up a former leader's weapon. One that is a very tough lad who is currently taking a beating from Bill and looks like he's pretty much there.
but for
And the other one is a
reference,
spellcaster.
38 fucking poison damage.
Yeah, and the other is a spellcaster who is currently missing a hand, but appears to still be casting fine.
Well, let's take that other hand.
Yeah, let's go for the guy that's doing some casting of fire.
All right then. So
And
yep.
as I fly at him,
Yep.
or her, let's
kobold, who
remember
knows?
that- or however it chooses to identify.
Exactly. Thank you. Very
Very
progressive.
thoughtful
It's
of
a
you,
very
Andy.
progressive
Let's-
goose.
Let's do a frightful honk on all 3 of them. Is that possible?
I'll
Or is that,
I'll say
is that not
yes.
possible?
It's,
They make their saves as a group.
I mean,
Um,
it says
it's
force,
frightful honk a thing. Oh my god, it's a thing.
It is a
it says
thing.
to
Yeah.
force each creature of your choice within 30 feet. So
Okay. That's fine. So it's a wisdom saving throw, right? What save do they have to meet?
I don't know. Wisdom saving DC 8 plus charisma modifier plus proficiency. I don't know what any of those things are.
They're
Andy,
regular,
what-
Andy.
Sorry.
I mean, I feel like I can skip a lot of this by telling you they got a nat 1. So they didn't make the save, like they've all failed it.
All right. Cool.
You'll find the
So-
good.
Yeah, all 3 of them are now terrified of the goose.
Are they terrified
So-
of just me, or are they terrified? Oh, it is
Um,
terrified of me, not.
Yeah,
just
it's you. Yeah.
Maybe arguably all geese everywhere, but yeah.
One wielding a fucking battle axe on his head is probably pretty scary.
So now the guy, the spellcaster, I'd like
Yep.
to fly into him
Mhm.
with my action surge
Okay.
and my extra attack.
All right. Let's see some attacks. So you charge at them with a terrifying honk. At which point all of the kobolds seem to forget their other worries and kind of. You take to the skies and swing at the caster with your battle axe. You just hit the caster
Okay.
with your battle
we
axe.
didn't,
No.
we didn't hear the frightful honk.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'd be afraid of that. All right, that's
Yeah,
one
that-
attack. Let's see your
All
next.
right, and I'm gonna do a loop de loop, and I'm gonna come in again.
Oh, so with an elegant loop the loop, you swing back around for another one, but you completely miss, unfortunately, and end up flying back to where you are currently.
Okay, so that's
Anything else?
gonna be me like kind of rolling on the floor a bit, And
Yeah.
then I'm gonna dust myself off, and I'm gonna go in for another one.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, I've only got 4 attacks.
You used
but-
your action.
Yeah,
for
your
the
action was
honk.
the honk.
Oh, cunt!
It was just that real confident. Yeah.
You
have
were
another
so
one?
confident, I
Yeah.
doubted
Right.
everything.
As an okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So extra attack,
Extra attack is only if
So-
you attack.
action.
you
Okay,
get-
so action
yeah.
surge gives me 1 more attack.
So you get you could either fight for one
okay.
can do 2 attacks, or you could not fight for one can do 4.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I got it.
All right, I'm just putting a marker that they're all afraid of the goose. There's not a goose icon. That's very disappointing, really. We'll go with that one. All right. Anything else for the goose?
No, thank you.
All right, Bill Ironguts, your turn.
Bill Smash.
All right, Bill Smash. I
Yeah.
presume you're still going for the fighter lad.
With all reckless aggression.
All right then, let's see these swings. Go for it.
He's gonna take a slightly different approach and swing sideways at him, so his shield above his head is no longer gonna serve him.
All right.
If I jig my leg, it sounds like that scene in Toy Story where they've got the takeaway wrap, like the takeaway cup and the burger thing, and they're running through Pizza Planet. If I jig my leg, that's what it sounds like.
That's a
What?
really specific sound.
That's so
That is-
specific.
yeah.
Very
Did you watch Toy Story like this afternoon or something?
And he's always watching it in his head.
he's never stopped watching.
You know,
No.
I've seen it.
Are
That's not
these,
enough to know
sorry,
that
are these reckless attacks, Bill?
They are indeed.
Okay, right. Well, both of those are hitting. Then let's total up some damage as Bill, adapting to the situation with an intelligence never before seen, really,
33
swings from a different direction.
and does 33 damage.
And does 33 dead. Jesus. Okay. So with the side swing, your first hit, you hit the tough lad again. And he definitely you feel something's breaking there. You swing back around for the second one, and he crumbles beneath you, dead on the ground. It is now only the spellcaster left. Do you have anything left that you want to do?
No, I thought the third one was still there, wasn't
Oh yeah, sorry. The spellcaster and the random
Imposter.
kobold just picked up the scorpion on a stick.
it? I just like the bellow in the spellcaster's face, like proper close. You know,
Right,
like
he's
proper
currently stood.
within
He's
your-
facing away from you because he's more concerned about the dude who cut off his hand. But good to know.
Alright, in that case, I'm just going to lick back his head.
Creepy. All right. Can you roll me a con save? No, that's fine. I'm not gonna have you accidentally poison yourself licking the kobold.
That was a shitty roll.
Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, roll me the con save. Yeah,
I did.
I am. Yeah. I really want to give you disadvantage and have you just start tripping, but
Licking kobolds.
yeah, kobolds are like frogs. They do mean things to you. All
Just
right. With
will
that,
like
it
to
is
go black.
now.
People dilates.
It is Horny's turn.
So Horny is currently flying up in the air, and he is going to fly down as fast as he can and 2 feet to the head of the spellcaster.
All right, go for it. Let's see some attacks.
Let's roll some attacks. So first attack. I have such an empty character sheet, and I struggle so much to find the things I need to hit.
All right. So you bear down on top of the spellcaster and you get him right with the heel of one of your feet. You can feel something shifting in there, but he is still just about kicking. But you're pretty certain you've given him a concussion. Let's see your next attack, I
Them.
suppose.
Can I
Oh,
try and
give
stunning
the
strike him?
King's Guard, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Can I
Go
try
for
stunning
it. Yeah,
strike
sure.
just in case?
Yeah, do it.
So it's a DC 14.
Okay,
save.
he fails it. So he
Excellent.
is now stunned.
Oh god.
Yes. And I shall
Mhm.
let me just decide what to do. I guess I'll punch, attack him again. But this time,
All
as I'm now below, I'm now going to come up with like an uppercut to his jaw.
All right, an uppercut.
Back up
Let's see
again.
it. Go for it. Oof. Okay, right. So with a 21, you're able to uppercut successfully, and as you uppercut, you somehow dislocate his whole jaw, and his neck snaps backwards in a very unhealthy way, and he falls to the ground dead.
Excellent.
All right, the only one left now is the random kobold who picked up the spear. Have you got anything left that you want to do on your turn?
Let me just double check.
Yeah, of course.
I can use Flurry of Blows,
Mhm.
and it can use it to attack him, can't I?
You
Yeah, it
could,
doesn't have to be the same target.
Yeah, cool. So that's
Yeah.
2 melee attacks, isn't it?
All right, go for
It's-
it.
As a bonus action. So, did you already use your bonus action?
No,
I believe you did.
because Stunning Strike's not a bonus action. It's just a thing.
Oh,
you
sorry,
can
no,
do.
you've
Yeah,
only taken
yeah,
2
it's
attacks.
just a
Oh,
single
yeah.
one.
So you have 2
You've just taken 2
extra, yeah.
attacks. So I'm going to use Key Point to make 2 unarmed strikes on him, which is
Okay.
just going to be like just when people do the whole like cup your hands and then smash people on the ears to like blow
Oh
their ear.
yeah.
Oh, you discombobulate him.
Just that, just 2 hits with my fists on
Are you
either side
trying
of
to
his
hit
head.
non-lethally or?
I don't really care about the lethality. It's just I want it to
Okay.
hurt him.
All right, that's fine. Okay, let's see some rolls. The one last former loyalist stands before you, and you swing about, ready to do 2 blows on his temple, and you somehow miss and hit your own hands.
Just
I swear
really
this
loudly.
never happens before.
I just clap in his face.
Yeah, you basically just clap at him.
He's slightly surprised, but otherwise unharmed.
Yeah, a little bit thrown, but generally
That's-
okay.
If you clap, does that
Um,
mean you take the damage? You've sprained a wrist.
All right, so that is the end of your turn. Now it is the constituent's turn. So if you excuse me, I need to roll some dice.
Near bother.
Okay, and right, so one kobold scurries over to pick up the magic sparky stick from the spellcaster on the ground and joins the collective.
That bastard.
So that is their turn. Now it is King Finn. It is your turn. There are 2 kobolds left, one holding a scorpion on a stick and the other holding a sparky rock stick thing.
Isn't the one on the spark with the scorpion scared of Finn?
No, they're scared of the goose, aren't they?
Oh, right, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
does that mean could he walk towards it? Because if he's scared of him,
well,
can he not
he
get
isn't
close?
scared of him because he wasn't
Oh.
one of the ones. Yeah.
Right.
He's only
yeah.
just joined the collective, so yeah. Now he is
Sneaky.
afraid because he's part of the collective. But yeah,
Fair.
Richard. Oh yeah, you
Mhm.
are here. Cool.
I'm gonna try and convince them to give up. I'm just gonna remind them of their love of dragons and how if they
Okay.
continue to fight, they will never see a dragon again.
Okay. Right. Can you make me a persuasion check then? If you're going to try and convince these guys to stand down.
I really need to look at my stats before I.
Oof.
Fucking bollocks!
All right. One moment. Let me make a roll.
I'm on that one.
Oof. No, it's actually a really good roll for them. So you attempt to convince them to join your side for dragons. Unfortunately, they're completely unfazed by you, and if anything, they're even more ready to destroy this false king.
In Finn's head, it's this really eloquent speech, but in reality, he's just gone for dragons.
That's too deep though. It's more like for dragons. All right,
Yeah,
I'll say because that
this guy is
would have
9.
taken your. He is 9. That is true. That would have taken your action. Have you got anything for a bonus action?
I
You'd
forgot
like
he was 9.
you have just crowned a boy king.
I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's my turn.
All right, Varen, you are up. There are 2 kobolds
all
left.
right.
They are threatening your new liege lord, I suppose.
Who's just standing there going, but dragons?
Baron saunters over,
Mhm.
walks up next to Finn,
Yep.
sort sort of like almost like straddling over him to protect him, and swings his sword boot and tries to lop off the head of one of them. One of the
which one
traitors.
are you going for? The
Uh,
caster or the?
Caster. I don't like casters now.
All right. So with a swing of your sword, you cut off the head of the caster boy. That hit was more
And-
than sufficient.
And
And now there's just Scorpion Lad.
I twirl it about and try and just kind of like chop in half the other one.
All right. Let's see a roll. So you swing it about, and he's able to just catch a lot of it on his scorpion stick. But you still get him in the shoulder.
Okay.
And then it singes him quite badly. So he's really not great, but he is still alive.
I'm gonna do like a nice little spin kick
Mhm.
with a heel sort of like coming up and hitting him in the back in the head. Hey-oh!
Okay, how do you want to do this then?
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, like he catches it on the sword on his stick a little bit and blunts the blow, but he uses the momentum to kind of like spin around and then just like heel comes around and just like crunches into the head and he just goes in a heap.
All right. So
Just
after he
quite
blocks your
unceremonious.
blow somewhat, you physically run up his body, his tiny kobold body, and get him with a crack right in the temple with the heel, and he falls over dead. And you see the scorpion stinging and biting at his face. So the Kobold Collective have crumbled, and now we will clear a list, and I'll make this bit go away.
Would you like to pick up the sparking 1D thingy?
All right. As you go to pick it up, it is somewhat damaged. It's clearly taken a hit, but it appears that it's a device that will enable you some rudimentary spell casting. I'll
Who
need to
would
sort
like
out
to
that
pick up
item later.
the
The what? Sorry?
Excellent.
poisonous sword?
Oh, it was a spear, but okay,
Was
that's
it
fine. You can
Poison
grab
spear,
the
you mean
spear.
scorpion on a stick.
Scorpion on a stick.
No, those were two different weapons.
Oh, that was better.
Yeah, there was a poisonous one, and then there was the scorpion, and then there was the spellcasting one, right?
Yep, that is correct. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
so you pick up the poisoned spear. I'm just making a note for myself
Because
because I need to sort out
poison-
those items. It was brutal, yes. I have to come up with some damage that will get through your rage. Okay, so with the Kobold Collective dead on the ground in front of you, all of the other kobolds start kind of glancing around at each other, and then they resume their chanting for King Finn, King Finn, King Finn.
King Finn.
And one of the kobolds scurries up to Finn and kind of collapses down on the ground in front of you and says, "My liege, what is your command?"
I like the idea that even though he's bowing down on the ground, he's still
Yeah,
better than I am.
he's about level with you.
What do I command? Send a messenger to the orc camp.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them they are allowed to pass through our house.
Shall we open the great gate, my liege?
Yes, that would make things a lot easier because orcs are too big for cobalt caves.
The king is wise. A number of kobolds scurry off immediately to go and carry out their king's will.
Also, I'm going to get a couple of the other little kobolds.
Yep.
And they're going to spread the word that we've renamed the mountain.
Oh, of course, King Finn. What is the new name of the mountain?
Finn's Hill.
Finn's Hill. It will be done, my liege.
Well, it's just, I know that you've just drawn a new map, and I felt it was time to make some changes.
You bastard. I love it. Okay. Very well. All right, then. The kobolds begin running about, crying, "Finn's Hill! Finn's Hill! Finn's Hill!"
Varen starts like busily bustling about and grabbing various kobolds and sending them on jobs and to like start organizing a big feast.
All right. So, of course, they take one look at you and they are like, "Of course, we will follow our king's loyal advisor," and they will start collecting resources for a great feast. I'm going to throw you back to the map mostly because I need to remember to rename the mountain.
Is there any
Yep.
like way that Horny, because he's self-made himself the captain of the Small King's Guard,
Yeah, of course.
would like to start basically recruiting people into the Small King's Guard,
Mhm.
and he starts with our party. He just takes out his wand and just taps it on the shoulders of everybody in the party, and just declares them part of the Small King's Guard, including Finn.
Are you knighting the party then?
I am knighting the party.
All right then. So
including Finn. He's part of his own guard.
The kobolds will kind of glance at their king Finn as you start doing this. Anything from Finn?
Because he's still a child.
Yeah.
His S's aren't quite pronounced, so rather than saying "sir," it's "burr."
All right then. You are all officially knighted under the Kobold Collective as, Burr Bill or Burr Finn and Burr Horny, and of course, Burr Varen. How many titles can you guys have? Yes.
I am Chief Advisor Varen Nalo.
Yes, very well. So you have successfully won the loyalty of the kobolds, and shortly, I'll say you throw a magnificent feast to celebrate his coronation. A couple of the kobolds are very nervous around the goose. They're not entirely certain what he is. They
I'm also
suspect he might be the dragon they were promised.
Yeah, I'm also spreading that rumor through the kobolds as well, just like geese are descended from dragons.
Okay.
That is actually a fact.
Oh Christ! Yeah, that rumor spreads like wildfire and is widely accepted by the kobolds. Because these kobolds, having it been 20 years since the collapse, none of them have ever actually seen a dragon. They just know that they're supposed to be these great and terrifying and brilliant creatures, so they just accept that probably is that's what dragons are now. So a number of them prepare a very fancy looking and beautiful kind of bouquet of flowers to present to the goose. They're all absolutely terrified, but they all trust in their king, that he will protect them. Shortly after you've managed to send messages to the Orcish Khanate, you sent quite a lot of kobolds to the Orcish Khanate, but only about 1 or 2 come back as they present the Orcish horde with the entrance to the underpass through Finn's Hill. And one of the orcs passes a note to you that is written in a very elegant hand that simply just says, "A deal is done." So you have successfully secured the loyalty of the Orcish Khanate in exchange for undead wolves as mounts. You have won over the Kobold Collective, who appear to be now acting as essentially gatekeepers of the pass under Finn's Hill. And you have collected spoils from their what is left of the Kobold Collective. So I'll say that you in addition to retrieving the weapons, you do retrieve a ring. There you go. And just rolling dice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So just the ring for now.
Nice.
But one
Ring of Wardrobes.
thing. I'm just.
This is something that Horny would definitely need.
Yeah.
It just changes his hat.
I think
That's
that-
all
Yeah,
it
you
is.
can have
It's 3 hats. I know. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And
Where does the ring go?
Where do you think?
we all know. All right.
Oh, that's
so
sorted then.
It's not in his
very
hand.
good. Very good. All right then. So you have successfully won over the loyalty of the kobolds. So I'll say we will end the session here. You'll be returning to Hammerfall and back to your party and your the evil League of Evil to report upon what you've done. You'll return to Crim and not Crim to give your report. One thing I will say, Richard, you actually have got the Crown of the Kobold in the items. That is an item that you have successfully retrieved. I will say that once the former leaders of the kobolds died, the burning heat from the crown suddenly vanished.
Ah,
Indeed.
I feel like this character comes with the end of his arc. He's peaked.
All right. And if you're happy for me to share that with everyone, I'll share it with everyone, or you can keep it for yourself.
I'm happy for everyone to know.
All right. There we go.
Do we get the cool weapons?
Yes, but they are not in a condition for me to share right now.
they
I will sort them out for it, but essentially it's a wand that grants you access to a couple of spells and a spear that is very, very poisonous.
Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no shit, right?
That-
Is the crown showing up for everyone?
Can't
Oh,
see
hang
it.
on, I know what to do. Here we go. There you go.
It has appeared somewhere. Crown of the Kobold, yes.
Yep. I'll say because of the size, it's a belt for Finn. It's a it's probably a bracelet for most of you, and I'd say a ring for Bill.
Nice. As for that wand that I picked up, anybody can take that. I like horny.
Yeah,
probably won't use it.
once that's pasted in, I suppose
Yeah.
people can have more of a look at that one and work out if they want it or not. But honestly, those weapons I don't have in good format because they're in the Kobold Collective's character sheet, so I just need to sort them out.
That's fair.
But yes, there you go. You have successfully turned the Kobold Collective from a democracy into a monarchy.
Woo!
Yeah.
Cool.
So what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say is,
Yep.
what's Sam? I'm gonna tell Sam. So whilst you were talking about Bill
Yeah.
becoming the king, I was whispering to Finn and also Baron, trying to usurp Bill before he was even crowned, so that Finn would become the king.
It would have
was-
mattered a lot more if you hadn't have promised them orcs and wolves, because that just terrified the shit out of them.
It was funny because I was like sitting there going like, we
Yeah.
can do so. I literally said to Baron, and I did it like in character. I'm just like, Bill is too stupid, like to be trusted. And I was like, think you can influence Finn, make him your puppet. And then I was just messaging Finn being like, I'm trying to convince Baron to vote for you.
Finn, pick a color.
I have to go with mauve.
I'm gonna need a better description of a color than mauve, because
Oh, I only know the name. I don't actually know what color it is.
okay, it's like
It's like a
it's
Brown
a pale
and red.
purple.
colour?
That
Yeah.
works. Okay, pale purple. All right,
Bruise colour.
that'll do. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. I'm just adding the text to the map for Finn's Hill. So
nice.
Oh, we need an updated map already. That'd be cool.
yeah,
Well,
I'm just
that's the
doing
thing,
that currently.
I saw the opportunity to just fuck with the map.
You did. Thank you. That's greatly appreciated. There we go. Right, I'm exporting the map now. So I'm using Incarnate for anybody who's wondering, by the way.
Mhm.
And I'd
Yeah, I thought
really
it might have
recommend it if you want to make a map. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm legitimately like, do I just pay for this because it's really good.
Yeah, it's really handy.
It's a shame there's not a goose. Otherwise, I'd get rid of the dragon and replace it with a goose. I would so do that.
you want, I can badly Photoshop it for you.
It's a possibility.
But the goose will be the size of the map.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. There's a certain price to be paid.
I mean, Goose is
literally-
right.
I'm literally just doing the map now.
Man's got to get that honk.
Oh yeah, Dom. To give you a heads up, I might be changing characters next game.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. I will say as well, everybody levels up from this session,
Ooh.
Nice.
so you're all an extra level. And I kind of want to give something to King Finn because he's managed to get elected to King of the Kobolds, but he is now King
Yeah.
of the Kobolds. So you know.
That's a pretty. I've got a
Like-
hill named after me.
You do. You do. Just doing this now.
Hey, you just resize fit. Right, just right click it, do resize fit. And it will just automatically fit to the
What?
So if you right click it and do
Yeah.
resize, there's a resize fit button and it will resize it to the size of the background.
What the hell's that? I don't see.
On the icon that you just dropped for like the map,
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't see resize. So...
yeah.
Oh, advanced.
advanced maybe.
No.
I'll jump into my make set.
Layer. Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, I definitely just
edit,
deleted
no.
the thing I was editing. That's fine. Give me a second.
Just hang on.
Although this was, I'm probably gonna find out it's
Yeah,
gonna be
if-
something that's.
Yeah,
Um,
that might be a script or something
it's-
like that. Cause
so
I don't have
it's
that.
underneath layer. You've got like roll bulk, macro, hit die,
No,
copy.
I don't have any of that.
This might be because I pay for pro.
See, that's the thing. I bought Pro for dynamic lighting, and I've now unbought it because I was like, "Holy shit, that's bad." So
Fair.
there we go. I'm just cool, and I'm gonna send you to the
Anybody-
map layer. There you go, Finn's Hill.
Nice. That is amazing.
And yeah, anybody want to change character? Go right ahead.
Fair.
No issue with that. If you need more backup character slots, let me know.
Kind of
Yeah,
tempted to
hey,
let
yeah,
Finn and just go and be like king, but at the same time, I really like him.
I feel like it's an opportunity to play a different character and potentially bring Finn back at a later date at a high level.
Yeah, but I would actually need to have made
Make it sound
one
like
of my
Finn is
backup
doing like a training montage with the kobolds.
Hmm.
Like, he returns as a 20th level ranger or like multi-classed into paladin.
Turns at 20th level, and all of the kobolds have grown into dragons.
Or like he returns back as bones. He was usurped and killed. And he just comes back undead.
Yeah, fourth level spells.
Pardon, Andy?
I just heard you either turn your speaker off or on. I can't remember.
I turned it off.
I heard that too. It's Finn's Hill.
It is, yeah, it's Finn's Hill now officially.
Oh, and you used the correct punctuation and everything.
I did, yeah. I was gonna just not use the right
No,
pronunciation stuff, but it would bother me.
because you're not Andy.
Also true, but
You don't
yeah.
want to
Sorry,
watch
what have I done?
Dom. I said Dom wrote Finn's Hill earlier and he missed out the apostrophe, and I corrected him on the punctuation. And rather than like just spell it badly intentionally, he just listened to me.
Oh no, dude! I really wanted to spell it badly
You
intentionally.
spelled it wrong. Shouldn't it be F-I-N-N-S apostrophe Hill?
No, because
No.
Finn.
Because it's possessive.
Because his
Yeah,
name's not
possessive, yeah.
Fins. If his name was Fins, then yes, it would make
Yeah,
sense to
yeah.
do that.
You only
But
do that when the last letter is already an S.
yeah, so like James's, for example, would be James apostrophe.
One day I'll suggest something that will be right.
You'll get there one day.
Sorry, Andy. There's not much take for There's not much take up for grammar on a building site. You know where?
There's
Yeah.
not even much take for grammar in like a bloody law firm. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what Grammarly's
True
for.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we just don't care. Like, as long as it's legible and it's not going to get confusing, whatever.
Yeah, I have 98 points.